Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in! So Orlan Lamar, but Lamar gets the step and the finish.
Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire.
Oh my goodness! June Manzo all the way from Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets it to go! No! Obisto, yeah! Jason Obisto with the putback!
Two down, one to go. We're still live here from the Paco Arena in the city of Manila for the last game of our Saturday triple header in day 19 of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League 7th season. Dennis Santos missed an open shot in the lane. Actually, he could have made a nice pass to Boom Boom Tampos, who was wide open at the end of that game against San Juan. That could have forced that game into overtime. He will go up against Richard Albo in the Manila Batang Quiapo in another home defense for the Manila squad. It's Manila versus Cebu in the last game of our triple header tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Mike Perez. And we have Gianna Llanes at courtside. We'll be hearing from her later on. Coach Mike, itong parehong kupunan, they opened up their season with wins. Kaya lang, ang susunod nilang mga games, puro talo. 3 straight losses for these two squads. What do they need to address coming into this ballgame?
Well, first off, para dito sa Cebu, I think they have the pieces. It's just a matter of bringing them together and making that glove fit amongst all the players that they have. Samantalang dito sa side ng Manila, I feel it's a little bit more of work. I mean, they're very thin when it comes to the point guard spot, and a lot of guys really have to embrace their role as they move forward this season.
Mapapanood nyo ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino on our Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. Let's talk about the last game of the Cebu Classic. That was against the San Juan Knights in Palayan City. Ito nga yung sinasabi ko kanina, Dennis Santos had a chance to force overtime in this game but just couldn't get the basket. In fact, he already had an open pass to Boom Boom tapos di niya lang nakita.
Actually, ang ganda nga nung third quarter nila. They were very impressive. They outscored San Juan 24-7. They carried a 49-43 lead in the fourth quarter. But again, it goes back to your story about Dennis Santos failing to see that play emerge. Inferior field goal shooting, not enough volume free throws as you see right there. Only 5 made free throws against the 11 made para dito sa San Juan, and more one-on-one action, very little assists, and gotta have more help from the bench.
But despite these numbers, Coach, dalawa lang ang naging talo nila.
That's right.
Against San Juan, a contender, a constant contender here in this league. So Cebu definitely has a lot to work on against Manila here today. Expect them to vent their ire on this young Batang Quiapo squad. Their last game, it was a home defense, their first home defense of the season. No, it was against Pasay, actually, sorry. 75-107, talo ulit sila dito following that home defense at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. And obviously, talagang wala sila masyadong pyesa compared to the other squads. But Richard Albo continues to be a ray of hope para dito sa kanilang kupunan.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they went up against the Pasay team that beat the Abra team previous to this game, and that really was tough. Just across the board, totally dominated by the Pasay Voyagers. And tonight, you got a chance to get a win here at home if you're Manila.
Second home defense for the Manila Batang Quiapo. Can they finally get a win after that opening win of the season against Marikina? The same goes for Cebu after that upset on the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. It's our last game of our Saturday triple header, Cebu versus Manila. Let's go to Miguel Peric.
2025 in Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7, live on Solar Sports. It's Cebu Classic versus your Manila Batang Quiapo. Here are the starters, beginning with Cebu Classic. Starting at center, number 16, Daryl Manliguez. Also at guard, number 0, the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde. Center number 27, Eladis Lepalam. Forward number 24, Dennis Santos. And the other forward, number 13, Mark Meneses. Cebu Classic is led by Voltaire Ora. Assistant coaches Mike Reyes, Jundo Se, Marlon Zambrano, Demis Salenga, and Joseph Quit. Team manager Anthony Eduarte. And now, mga kaliga, get on your feet, cause it's time to meet the starting unit of your Manila Batang Quiapo. Starting at guard, number 13, John Fa. Also at guard, number 4, Jose Canlas. Starting at forward, number 9, Elgin Andaya. Also at forward, number 3, Edgy Inigo. And at center, number 14, Richard Albo. The head coach for Manila Batang Quiapo is Max Dayandante. Assistant coaches, Clint Guzarin, RJ Janero, and Miller Guillen. Team manager, Ivan Villaflor. Team governor, Ado Salazar. Team owners are...
Our starting five of this game brought to you by 1xBet. It's Manila versus Cebu, the Batang Quiapo, and the Classic looking for their first victory after opening up the season with victories in their first games of the year. Daryl Manliguez, Paulo Hubalde, Ladis Lipalam, Dennis Santos, and Mark Meneses para sa Classic. For the Batang Quiapo, it's John Fa, Jose Canlas, Richard Albo, Algin Andaya, and Achi Inigo.
Well, pretty much the starting five, same for Cebu, and a little bit of a tweak here on Manila's starters.
This is certainly a much taller lineup for the Classic here against this Manila Batang Quiapo squad. I think the only legit big man that they have on their roster currently is Decoy Lopez, who will come off the bench in this game.
Yeah.
Paulo Balde not wasting any time scoring inside para sa Cebu.
And I guess it really matters that you have that dominant big man at least this season, because there are top tier teams that have that, and so you have to be able to defend against it and counter that. And Decoy Lopez, really more of a range shooter out in the perimeter.
Ubalde goes to work again. That time it's a miss. Lipalam couldn't get it back.
Paulo Ubalde, patuloy pa rin yung craftiness pagdating sa poste, understands advantages, and he's always gonna go to them.
Richard Albo usually comes off the bench para sa Batang Quiapo, coach. Pinag-start na siya dito ni Coach Max Dayandante, hoping that they will have a good start in this game as John Fa finally gets Manila on the board. That's a miss from the outside.
Yeah, napakahalaga na i-start nila si Albo here, especially to play alongside John Fa, who I feel could be a really good potential future guard here in the MPBL. Richard Albo in the scored 21 points in the second and the third quarter, did not score any in the first. He was inserted late, and so now gusto nila maaga pa lang makakuha na tayo kay Richard.
Andaya, he loves that twirl move inside, scores on the push shot, 4-2.
Sa Muntinlupa ang tawag dyan kay Algin Andaya is si Mr. Basic. Sobrang basic sa gumalaw sa loob. And you know, they've had tournaments there where he gets to play, and the people there are just in awe on the kind of talent of Algin Andaya.
Mark Meneses scoring inside para sa Cebu, tying things up at 4. Fa gets it out to Canlas, fakes out the 3. Andaya on the left corner. Inigo back to Algin. Andaya. That shot will not count.
Dito mo makikita at mararamdaman yung I guess yung thin guard rotations para dito sa Manila. The only top two guards I feel are legit at that spot would be Achinigo and Ivan Ludovice. Everyone else, kumbaga, just fills in case needed. Talo dito sa Cebu, you have Daryl Manligas in there. And so that already is a huge plus in terms of matchup against Manila.
John Fa getting that ball tapped from behind. The youngster making his professional debut this season here in the MPBL for the Manila Batang Quiapo. I'm sure he is cherishing every moment of this opportunity. And he's been showing out. He's had his moments this season, Coach Mike. Pero siyempre, ang dami pang kailangan matutunan.
Oo. Ayun naman ang mahalaga, yung matutunan mo yung dapat tutunan. You cannot just, leave that to, okay lang yan. It's the lessons that you pick up along the way that helps build you in the future.
Gladys Lepalam scoring inside. I bet Cebu will try and go a lot to Gladys Lepalam in this game.
Yeah. Mismatch
Nakita mo naman yung obvious height advantage niya against Algin Andaya.
Especially down on the low block. That is positional advantage.
Andaya, kick it out. Achinigo misfires from the outside. Dennis Santos has the height advantage naman against Jose Canlas, but sees Hubalde free for three. Wala. Fa snatches that rebound.
And it looks like Achi's gonna play a lot of minutes tonight without his partner Ivan available.
Inigo on the right side. Shot clock winding down. Andaya for three. Not sure if that was intentional, but couldn't get it off the glass.
I like him better on the perimeter than on the three. Speaking of Algin.
Lepalam, the drop step. He's fouled there.
Yun na yung advantage na sinasabi mo. Clearly, huwag na natin pag-usapan yung height. Yung footwork na lang. Understanding where the defense is gonna come from and where he's gonna turn. As you see John Farr right there. Those situations where he gets coached, he gotta pick up those lessons from that.
Lepalam missing on the first free throw. Very rare to have a center as tall as Gladys Lepalam on your team, as we'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. If he is able to develop more, especially here in the stint with Cebu, where I think he will get a lot of opportunity to really prove himself. Future may be bright para dito kay Gladys Lepalam.
Yeah. And you can't teach height. And so
Exactly.
he already has that advantage. It's just a matter of exploiting it.
Ubalde, the bounce pass. Manligues will score.
With guards being clearly an advantage to Cebu in this game, as they love to play a lot of up and down, and they most probably will get to control the rebounds of misses. Expect transition defense to be a key here for Manila.
Meneses binitbit. Gets the 2 points there, almost falling to the ground.
You see the length of Mark Meneses?
Kung regular na tao yun, talagang hindi siya aabot.
Grabe yun.
But Mark Meneses certainly is no regular player. Richard Albo, who top scored with 20 for Batang Quiapo against Pasay in their last game. Could it score there? Fa onto screen. May tangan pa rin ng bola. John Fa goes for the shot, knocks down that jumper.
There you go. He's got that range, actually. He didn't have to second-guess himself against Daryl Manligas. Daryl had his hand down in an area where he's comfortable, can make shots. So you got to rise up and be quick to your decisions if you're John.
Lepalam threw away a pass. Fa goes hard to the basket, off the glass, and in para kay John Fa.
There you go. That's what we were talking about. Faster to decisions and, aggressively attacking the rack. 4 quick ones here for John.
Turning defense into offense. The 19-year-old challenging both the Aquaman and Dennis Santos on that play.
Oh. And for him to have that resolve that I am gonna get in there and finish strong, napakaganda nun para sa isang batang manlalaro na si John Fa.
Decent numbers in 4 games, 8.5 points, 4 rebounds, 5.5 assists per contest para kay John Fa so far in 4 games this season. Para sa Batang Quiapo, Hubalde inside. Little to no resistance there.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna get Paulo Hubalde on a shuffle cut from the weak side wing going strong side post, lamang ka na doon. Lalo't mas maliit yung bumabantay sa kanya.
John Fa trying to put the moves on Jameson Hero. Gives it up to Andaya. Inigo swings it to Canlas. Hubalde staying with him.
Still.
And Hero almost playing that passing lane well. There's a single second left on the shot clock for Manila. So you take a look at this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet. What a finish as well. Galing kay Mark Meneses. The stretch and score.
It's almost unfair. Statue of Liberty ang layo pumasok pa eh, no?
Plastic man yung datingan.
Oo.
Meneses goes up on his strong side. Had to adjust a bit. And able to fish for the foul against Algin Andaya. That's going to be the first personal laban kay Andaya. Meneses on the line. Bagong pasok dito, Lian Martel for the Cebu Classic. Uupo na. Itong who got out?
Yeah. No, Richard Albo was still in there. I didn't see that.
Lenny Santos was the one who went out. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
This is a 4-point lead for the Classic. Albo swings it to Canlas. Hand in his face, well defended. Wild shot there. Coming from Jose Canlas. Hiro tried to sneak in a pass there to Meneses. And this is a 2-on-1 break. Canlas trying to make space for Achi Inigo.
Ganda ng binigay na screen doon ni Canlas. Really just opening up that entire side of the floor for Achi to finish on fast break.
Oh, could have traveled there. It was Jameson Hero. They get to Meneses underneath, fakes the pass, and goes up for the shot. The crafty and lengthy Mark Meneses once again scoring that 7 points in the game.
And that's why Mark is so loved by his Pangasinan team from last season. It's just one of the really good homegrowns from that side of town.
Now, Achi Inigo will definitely have to put on his scoring hat. I already said that in one of their games this season para sa Manila. He is very capable of putting points on the board. Kaya lang hindi lang kasi niya nature. He's a very traditional point guard who likes to set up his teammates. Plays within the system.
Right.
But Achi certainly has a very nice touch from the outside. Can put the ball on the floor.
And more size advantage coming here for Cebu.
Bum Tampos and Kent Hofbest coming in para kay Paulo Hubalde and Ladis Lepala.
Yeah. Without a doubt, Coach Voltaire Ora may piyesa pagdating dito sa Cebu. It's just a matter of them coming together and playing really well as a unit.
Certainly. I like this combination of players that they have on their roster. Very ragtag team.
Right. I like Boom Tampos being tandem with CJ Hero. That's a quick two-guard rotation.
Oh, Fa got blocked there. Martel lost it for a bit. Hero picks it up. Tampos running the floor. Tampos, the drop pass in. Mark Meneses pupuntos muli.
I'd like you to focus on those three guys that were involved there. CJ Hero, Mark Meneses, and Boom Tampos. Tell me that's not a good three in a fast break situation. Lengthy guy that can run the floor and a guy in Tampos that can finish.
At ang maganda dyan, Coach, itong tatlo that you just mentioned, very high-energy players who can not only push the pace for you offensively, but can also play physical and high-pressure defense. Look at how they forced that miss on Achi Inigo. Here's Meneses. Ooh!
Oh, man.
He tried to go for that one-hand gather. Nakita mo naman yun, Coach. Konting player lang ang nakakagawa nun. This is our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet. They forced the miss and then Hero looking forward to Tampos who leads it para dito kay Mark Meneses.
And you like that Campos, read that play well. That defense became primarily on him, and so you gotta leave it up for Mark to end it with a basket.
1 minute and 18 seconds to play here in the first. John Baltazar coming in here for the Batang Quiapo. Nasino as well. Canlas in trouble. Gave it away to Leon Martel. Martel. Nobody stopping the basketball there.
Not even a single resistance until that final 1-2 step going to the rack. And si Leon Martel, hindi yan mahihiyang pumini sa loob.
For sure. There you see Coach Mike Reyes, one of the assistants of Coach Volter Ora for this season. For the comebacking Cebu Classic, previously known as the Sharks. Martel knocking down his first free throw. Former Parañaque Patriot. Trying to spread his wings here with his new team. He has been a valuable piece of the front court rotation of Sir Volter Ora.
And totoo naman, nakita naman natin kung anong nilaro niya last season for Coach Mike sa gigit. And just that level of strength and aggression as we see here.
Martel sneaking in, cannot finish, gets his own miss. Martel goes up, gets two defenders.
That's tough. Leo Martel making a good case for himself.
Nasino. Hindi mapadaan dun sa screen ng Decoy Lopez. Lopez pops out, three-pointer on the way. That's money para kay Decoy Lopez.
And no doubt about it. Range-wise, Decoy Lopez is your guy.
Shot clock is off. Ken Holmqvist getting space against Decoy Lopez. That's a foul given up by Manila.
And Decoy Lopez can only do his best to defend against the bigs. Holmqvist is so much taller than him, and most probably magagamit niya yung mga fouls niya.
The Classic will burn one time out here. 13.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 CMD! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Papanood nyo ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino on our Facebook and YouTube channels. You can also catch us on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. We're live from the Paco Arena in Manila City. Our Saturday triple header dito sa MPBL. Cebu currently leading Manila by 5 points. 13.8 seconds ang natitira dito sa ating first quarter. Holmqvist goes 0 out of 2. Batang Quiapo with a chance for the final shot here in the first quarter. Asino had that ball tapped from behind, recovers but could not get full control of it. So that leaves Cebu with a couple of seconds left on the clock to make one final attempt. Hero gets it off. Jameson Hero. That one's short. And that's going to do it. Our first 10 minutes. Cebu Classic having a 5-point lead against the Manila Batang Quiapo. Mark Meneses started off hot here para sa kupunan ng Cebu.
Yeah, it's pretty much almost the same when it comes to field goal makes and field goal attempts. Pero yung assist was a clear disparity. Little bit more ball distribution para dito sa Cebu.
21-16 at the end of one. Second quarter of action sa aming pagbabalik.
Para Para sa 100% pag-unlad
15 si Manny.
Para sa 100% pagbabago
15 si Manny.
Para sa 100% paglilingkod
15 si Manny.
Kanipaya Para sa 100% Pinas
50 ka. 50 tayo. 50 si MB. Kahati mo si Manny.
Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Rashawn McCarthy is not playing today for Cebu because of a tight hamstring injury. Kwento nga ni Coach Voltaire Ora na nasasanay pa si Rashawn sa medyo nakakapagod na biyahe papuntang MPBL games for this season. Adjustment period din ito para kay Boom Boom Tampos. Kahit nga sanay na siya sa physicality ng MPBL because of his experience from smaller leagues, sa everyday practice naman siya nag-a-adjust. But everything takes time talaga daw. Sabi nga ni Coach Voltaire, ito ang natutunan nila last game against San Juan, that they need to be patient in building that chemistry. They're expecting Manila to make this a running game today as they faced them before in a pocket tournament. But in their words, we're ready to run too and make this fun. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, G. Well, definitely nice words coming from the Cebu coaching staff. Rashawn McCarthy with will not be suiting up para sa Cebu sa laro na to. It really is a big adjustment, Coach, when you come and over and play here in the league. Ay, habang kasi ng season eh.
Oo. Saka let's face it, maganda yung marami rin ng expectation ng mga fans ng Cebu. You know, Cebu is a hotbed when it comes to basketball.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of people were really anticipating the return of the Cebu franchise here in the league. Jeco Bangkale hangs, couldn't score, no foul call. Holmqvist scores on the reverse.
And again, all these fast break opportunities and turnovers that's forced really brought about by efficient shooting. And you got to be more, successful in making those attempts. John Hamon
Decelerates there, drawing contact. Laban dito kay Caraballos.
We totally forgot about John Hamon being, another scoring guy for Cebu. And so, does Cebu have enough scorers on their team? The strong and loud answer is a definite yes, without a doubt.
Very capable players on this roster for sure. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. John Hamon, coming from Emilio Aguinaldo College. Grabe naman yung pormahan dito ni Rashawn McCarthy.
Iba naman.
Tatakbo rin ba ito?
Ewan ko ba? Pero ibang tindig
Oo. Button up pa yung polo.
Yes, sir.
Boss na boss yung datingan. 25-16. Manila, their turnovers and misses piling up here at the start of this period.
Gotta take this.
Lopez passes up on the shot. Caraballos against John Hamon. Decoy Lopez from the right side overshoots the mark. Bangkale.
Oh man, that's guard too. Bangkale pa pa.
Oh, lob inside! High in the sky play. Jeco Bangkale finding Boom Boom Tampos.
Wow. I went and picked the popcorn and then you start giving me all these. How about that pass?
This is our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet. Why not? Bangkale to Tampos. Spectacular play right there. The two guards combining there for that alley-oop play. And that puts Cebu up by 11 points, 27-16.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad
15 si Manny.
Para sa 100% pagbabago
15 si Manny.
Para sa 100% paglilingkod
15 si Manny.
Kanipaya Para sa 100% Pinas
50 ka. 50 tayo. 50 si MB. Kahati mo si Manny.
Limuel, Boom Boom Tampos. 13 points against San Juan. 6 out of 10 from the field. 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Continuing to impress here in his debut with Cebu this season.
A couple of weeks ago, nobody knew that name, but now everyone's just amazed and kind of eager also what more he can offer.
Currently, a classic up by 11 points after the timeout. Martel giving up the foul. It's the first team foul laban dito sa Cebu.
And yung source ng mga puntos para dito sa Manila, kumbaga ika nga manaka-naka, ano? You see across the board, really just better for Cebu. There you go. That's the 3 that you want.
John Fa maybe telling you, Coach, that are you looking for scoring options?
Yep.
I am definitely gonna sign up for that.
Oo. Yung kinakailangan he does that in succession, he's pretty much capable of doing that.
Martinez, the lob inside. Wow.
Oh, I thought that was Mark Meneses. Oh, haba rin ng length.
Oh, halos same, no?
Oo.
Wingspan.
That's Martinez right there.
10 ang kalamangan dito. Yan ang hinahabol ng Manila. Flores. Weird looking shot there. Bangkale pushing. Bangkale will rise. Just left it short.
Oo. Mukhang napaaga yung take-off eh.
Pa. Siya rin.
Oo.
Bangkale.
Doesn't have numbers.
Oh, he's not gonna wait for troops. Bangkale goes inside. He's got a lot of guts.
I mean, he thinks he's got that advantage. See the shot right here.
This 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. That's John Fa.
Hindi yata na-scout ng mabuti ni Bangkale na 3-point shooter si John Pa. He went under that screen.
Nako, dun siya nagkamali.
Oo.
Bangkale sinks the first free throw. 30-19 is the count. Cebu starting to gain full control of this game. The Manila Batang Quiapo missing a number of shots here to start the second quarter.
Yeah.
Turnovers have also been an issue. Bral Meca papasok dito para dito sa Cebu Classic.
Right now, Cebu having more rebounds, more assists, more steal, more points of turnover.
Classic getting a stop. Bangkale on the right side. Hamon will take it from the perimeter.
Yeah.
That's bottom para kay Jan Hamon.
No question about it. We've seen that in Manila last season. He's led, games where they won because of his production. John Hamon.
Decoy Lopez gives it up. They skip a pass to Inigo on the left side. Achi guarded by Habonete on the switch. John Pa gets a step on Jacob Bangkale. Everything but the shot. Bangkale zooms in to the left side. Kicks it out. Mecca against Achi Inigo. Achi Inigo could not finish.
Brian Mega was asking for that foul on that last attempt.
Batang Quiapo down by 14 points. Pa crossover to the left. The scoop. No bounce. Back-to-back misses para kay John Fa up close. Brian Mecca. Shot from the outside is no good. Ball is up. Achi Inigo secures it for Manila. Approaching the halfway point of quarter number 2. Lopez hands it off. No. Finally does to Canlas. Gives it up to Bautista. Inigo back to Canlas. Couple of dribbles. The drive. He lost it. Bangkale. He will outrun Decoy Lopez here and get the 2 points.
Bangkale in open floor. Pretty much a dangerous proposition. He can finish in there, especially if he's got the foot advantage.
Kita niyo naman dito, Canlas getting stripped of that basketball, and Bangkale using his speed and athleticism to get by Decoy Lopez 16 na ang kalamangan dito ng Cebu.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Sir Walter Ora, Coach Mike Reyes, and the Cebu Classic will be facing the Muntinlupa Cagers on April 4. Quezon City Galleries Taipan 10 days after, and then the Abra Weavers, who had such a dominant victory earlier today, right before this game. That was against the Gensan Warriors. Absolutely plummeted them in that matchup.
And there are teams na actually defined mo na early the season na, you know, you're gonna look up on that incoming game. And Abra Weaver surely is a marked game day for most of the teams here in the MPBL.
Joshua Dandoy knocking down the first free throw. That's his first points of the season. That goes 1 out of 2. 35-20. Bangkale, cross court to Mecca. Balik dito si Ladis Lepalam. Habonete, hiningi sa loob and goes for the reverse.
Yun ang meron sa side ng Cebu na wala sa side ng Manila. Yung inside scoring. I mean, big men actually getting paint touches and scoring.
Inigo draws Lepalam on the switch. He wants a nice zone. Hachi behind the back, crossover. Pull up, no, that's a pass. Aljan Andaya, charging in. That's gonna be an offensive foul. Laban sa kanya.
Not clearly, he put that shoulder on it.
Check out this great move of the game that's brought to you by Suzuki. Habonete, dinukot sa kabila doon after that pass coming from Ladis Lepalam. Lepalam, same play. Habonete, once again, hindi siya pinahiya doon. That's another 2 points.
Halos hindi nahihirapan pumunta sa loob itong Cebu because there clearly is very little resistance if it's paint touches.
They get it to Richard Albo, who is back in the game and wastes no time to knock down a shot. That's a 3-pointer. You leave him that wide open 9 times out of 10. Richard Albo will make it. Hamon misses, saves it, and gets it to a Batang Quiapo player, Dandoy, opting to reset here and wait for his troops.
John Fa's got to look at the rim once he catches that ball on the way. He always will be within range once it crosses half court.
That's a dangerous pass picked up by Braille Mecca. Fa giving chase. Oh, nice challenge, but naabutan niya yung katawan doon. Braille Mecca, a lot of contact downstairs.
Well, Brian Mecca was way ahead of John Fa, but you know, he gave him a good chase, and you see that athleticism on that lead. See this right here. Brian was about a couple of steps ahead, but just the timing on that lead by John Fa.
And Braille Mecca will troop the line for 2 shots. Cebu is 5 out of 10 from the line as a team.
Yeah.
Sa laro na to.
Well, in that situation, most coaches would tell you when you try and block a layup like that, you always try to use your inside shoulder and reach out for the outside hand. That time around, he went inside shoulder, but he still went to the middle hand or the inside hand of Brian Mecca, and therefore he got called for that foul.
Lucky bounce there para kay Braille Mecca.
Veteranong guardia rin yan si Brian.
Yes, sir. Albo on top. He'll take the 3. Good line. Just way short there para kay Richard Albo.
Richard Albo yung isa sa mga shooter na alam mong palaging diretso. Ang question na lang is kung malakas ba o mahina.
Oo, tama.
Diba? Palaging diretso eh.
That's a travel.
And he claimed he got touched before he traveled.
2 minutes and 11 seconds ang natitira. Cebu up by 18 points, 41-23. Sir Emer Oreta, Rudy Distrito, and Sir Ron Munsayak in attendance here at the Paco Arena. Of course, Sir Ron is the first nominee of the MPBL party list. Kasama niyo dyan si Ma'am Jinky Pacquiao and of course our beloved Commissioner Captain Marbel, Kenneth Duremdes. 18 points is the lead para sa Classic. Santos, nice pass fake but just gave it to the wrong man there. John Fa has Dandoy on the left side. Unchallenged, he'll get the 2 points.
Ganda rin talaga ng foot speed ni John Fa. You know, he went in there real quick, straight to the front court, leaving everyone else.
Hamon, step to the side, three-pointer. That's money para kay John Hamon.
And, you know, surely John Hamon is really just waiting for that chance for him to showcase his scoring prowess, especially from three.
44-25. Dandoy, the handoff. In trouble there. Batang Quiapo will reset with 9 on their shot clock. This assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet. That's John Fa going to Dandoy on the break. There's a foul laban dito sa Batang Quiapo. That's gonna put itong Cebu on the line. Ladis Lepalam is the designated free throw shooter. Lepalam currently with 2 points. Missed his last 2 free throws. That's 3 straight misses at the line para kay Ladis Lepalam.
I clearly remember Ladis. He played for Benil, diba?
Yes.
Yeah, he was playing alongside, I think, Robbie Naive. Who else? That's Justin Butang. It was that version of Benil. I don't know if JC was there. Pulyar?
I think nag-abot sila.
Okay. Good backdoor.
John Fa. A tough look right there on the reverse. Makakabawi ba dito ang Cebu?
Nice fake.
Oh, Abonete muffs the shot. Second serving. This time he makes sure.
Oh, pero he has to understand against the higher top-tier teams, you cannot afford to do that. That's automatic defensive rebound and then run the other way to your opponents.
Albo looking for a teammate. Balbuena misfires from the outside. Hamon will track it down. More than enough time for one final play here para dito sa Cebu. Santos to the left side. John Hamon back to Santos. They trying to get it back out to John, but Richard Albo already at it. Kaya lang di siya umabot doon. He wanted to lay it up to get a sure shot.
Yeah, they were actually trying to get one more for John Hamon on that weak side swing, but couldn't. Richard Albo was there to stop it.
47-25 is the score at the end of 2 halftime analysis sa aming pagbabalik.
Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao 50 tayo. Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny Pacquiao. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo. 50 si MB. Kahati mo, si Manny.
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It is halftime of our third and main game for today between Cebu and Manila. The score is 47-25 in favor of Cebu. Ako po si Gianna Llanes at kasama ko ngayon si Sir Ron Munsayak, the first nominee of the MPBL party list. It's so nice to have you here. My first question po is about the advocacy of the MPBL party list when it comes to sports. One of the biggest advocacies po. Bakit mahalaga ang advokasya ng sports lalo na para sa kabataan po?
Hi, Gianna. Una-una gusto ko bumati ng isang magandang gabi sa mga fans dito sa Manila at sa libo-libong fans na nanonood ngayon sa Facebook, YouTube, tsaka sa TV. Well, to answer your question, yes, ang MPBL Party was really formed to really strengthen yung grassroots sports development program sa buong bansa kasi napaka-importante ng sports kasi ang sports talaga ay first nakakapaglakas ng katawan, nakakapagsaya ng isipan, tsaka nakakapagbuklod-buklod ng community. Kasi actually kung makikita mo yung marami sa mga kabataan natin ngayon na lululong sa bisyo or sa, like I've watched sa news kagabi, may mga gang wars, nag-aaway sila at yung ibang kabataan naman masyadong addicted sa mga gadgets nila. So ang sports is very important para maiiwas natin yung mga kabataan, yung mga future leaders natin against sa mga bisyo tulad ng droga at saka alak.
And actually, Ron, being one of the first courtside reporters dito sa MPBL, I've witnessed how a league like this has changed the lives of many athletes. Ano naman ang magiging mensahe mo para sa mga kabataan na nanonood ngayon na gusto rin makalaro dito sa MPBL?
Sa mga batang audience ngayon, pakitingnan nyo na lang yung mga MPBL players, yung mga idol nyo, lalo na sa mga kanya-kanyang mga bayan o sa mga probinsya ninyo. Lahat sila ay tulad ninyo. Nagsimula din sila mangarap. Kaya huwag kayong mawawala ng pag-asa. Yan po ang binibigay ng MPBL, ang oportunidad na mas mailapit ang professional basketball sa inyo.
And Ron, meron ka bang gustong pasalamatan?
Again, gusto ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng fans ng MPBL, kay Senator Manny Pacquiao, at sa lahat ng mga supporters ng MPBL Party List. Again, kayo po ang suporta ng MPBL as a league at ng MPBL Party List.
Once again, that was Sir Ron Munsayak, the first nominee of the MPBL party.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
The first half, Meneses finishes the first half with 9 points to lead the scoring for Cebu. John Hamon has 7, Abonete with 6. Aquaman Paolo Hubalde had a couple of baskets to begin the game for 4 points. Sa kabila naman, John Pa leading all scorers with 10 points. At Inigo has 4. Albo and Decoy Lopez may 3 puntos na.
And really not much that they're getting off the bench itong Manila. And so, ramdam mo yung nipis pagdating dun sa stat line na yun.
Dennis Santos has not yet been able to make an impact in this game. I'm sure he wants to bounce back after that loss that they had against San Juan, especially. He may think that it was on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Na natalo sila dun. Could have sent that game into overtime.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure si Dennis Santos has got short memory when it comes to situations like those, because after all, he did score real good for Cebu in that game. He had 14 points, 12 of them in that crucial third and fourth quarter run where they really came back.
John Fa starts the second half with Atsi Inigo, John Baltazar, Decoy Lopez, and Jose Canlas. They're setting up here in the half court, taking a bit too long. Two-man game now, being set by Inigo and Baltazar. Lopez, 3 seconds on the shot clock, off the glass and in over Landis Nepalam.
Yung mga ganung pagkakataon, dun mo talaga maasahan si Decoy Lopez. Not on the post-ups, it's the face-ups and the perimeter shots which he's, most accustomed to.
Santos sees an opening for 3, way off the mark. And Santos has Manligues, Meneses, Lepalam, and Hubalde joining him as the 5 on the floor for the Classic here in the third quarter. Canlas from way downtown, that's off the mark. Yan talaga yung mga klase ng tira na binibitawan ni Canlas.
Oo. Well, kanina pa yan yung mga release niya from the outside.
And he's made some of those.
Yes, agree.
Baltazar. Could it hand it off to Canlas. Manligues could it take it away. They go to the left side. Inigo with 4 on the shot clock. Too strong on the jumper.
And kanina si John Fa already got that ball on the weak side of that swing action. Pero pinili pa rin niya isa pang swing papunta kay Achi. I feel at some point in time, he has to be selfish and take those shots.
Lepalam got bottom up by the defense.
Oh,
Hubalde will take it and make it.
That looked good. From the moment that he released it, you knew it.
Still a very smooth stroke coming from the Aquaman, making it 50-27
There
here.
you
But
go.
the answer by John Fa.
That's what I was saying. Always in range siya pag nandiyan na siya sa 3 points. So he has to have that mindset he will take it, just like this one right here.
Got his feet set, his shoulders squared. And the make from the left corner galing kay Dennis Santos. Fa being guarded by Dennis.
Oh, 1-on-1.
John Fa goes to the corner. Inigo, no opportunity there. Shot clock again winding down. Canlas will try his luck.
Still empty from that spot.
Baltazar, good anticipation, but Meneses recovers. Mark goes to Paolo Hubalde, who will take his time. They go to Dennis Santos. Cebu moving that ball around. Almost stolen. Hubalde takes it. That's another three-point shot para kay Paolo Hubalde.
Two quick ones from beyond. And the Aquaman Paolo Hubalde. Range talaga eh.
10 points now in the game para kay Paolo. Inigo. Baseline drive, the kick out, John Pa.
We gotta rise up.
As Lipalam on him. Crossover, hesitation. Kick it out. Canlas, can he finally make one? Wala pa rin.
The thing is, he's being set up by his teammates din, eh, no? Ito si Canlas, allowing him to launch it.
Santos, one dribble, pulls up behind the arc. That's another trifecta para sa Cebu. A flurry of outside shots here in the third quarter.
Really quick made threes here for Cebu. And quality shots, huh? Not forced. They're quality shots.
And this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. A few feet behind the line, Inigo was there, but Hubalde felt that it was just enough space.
Oh, yeah.
This is now a 29-point lead by the Classic. Check out our fans of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Aba, parang nahiya pa. Among the faces here inside Lapaco Arena in Manila City. Let's go courtside to Ms. Gianna Lianes.
Yes, let's talk about Paolo Hubalde. Madalas nga natin pinag-uusapan ang edad nitong si Paolo Hubalde dahil isa na siyang MPBL veteran. Ibinahagi niya na ang sekreto dito ay sa perspective talaga niya. In his words, when I stopped thinking about trying to prove myself to other people, I started to perform better. Adding, as long as you can contribute to your team, you are never too old to play basketball. He keeps fit now by joining recreational leagues during the off-season and biking during his free time. But in the case now na he does retire in the far future, Paolo shares na he also has a passion for his side business, breeding French bulldogs. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. In the far future pa.
Oh.
So, hindi pa malapit ang retirement ni Paolo Hubalde. Dennis Santos certainly also far from that, scoring on the break, and Cebu out here on a tear in the third quarter.
Yeah, actually, yun yung operative word dun eh. Far from the future. Talagang, well, why not? Paolo Hubalde is a well-conditioned player. He always makes sure na on a daily basis, he works out, bikes or what have you.
Lagi nasa kondisyon yan. Hindi nawawala sa kondisyon si Paolo Hubalde.
Tsaka laging in-style ang mga haircut niyan. Diba?
Baltazar attacks with a kick out. Fa can't end the drought para sa Manila. That's over the top. And Cebu will regain possession. Coach Maxi Dayandante on the sidelines here for the Batang Capo. The squad down big time already. As we take a look at this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet. This time, Dennis Santos finishing on the fast break.
Ganda naman ng pagkaka-setup na yun. And whenever you've got Dennis out there, he's gonna try and finish that way. Good fake.
Santos again, a flyby. Almost another three-pointer. Meneses could it keep it alive at Inigo battling. John Pa picks it up. Pa trying to get by Manligues, but Manligues is also a speedster.
Oo.
Hindi lang basta-basta maiiwan ni John Fato. Ito si Daryl Manligues dahil yan rin ang ginagawa niya sa kanyang mga kalaban. There you see Sir Volter Ora, head coach of the Cebu Classic this season.
Pero sumasabay rin si John pa sa takbuhan kay Maligis eh, no?
This kid doesn't back down.
Oh, yeah.
He like the fight being shown.
Right.
Fa, another one. Short. Lopez gets an offensive rebound. Canlas Wala pa rin.
Oh yeah, still empty from there.
Baltazar though, still couldn't get a basket para sa Batang Quiapo. And
he's
to make
hurt.
matters worse, he lands awkwardly. Was holding on to, I think it was his left foot. Oh,
Yeah,
seemed to have rolled his ankle.
landed gingerly on that last action, that side of the floor.
And a mix of players from both squads helping up Baltazar to his feet. He's gonna limp back to the bench. So
Yeah,
yun,
like- Yeah. Yung kaliwa, no?
yes. Mali yung pagbagsak.
Yeah, he had to extend his jump kasi medyo mataas rin yung kasabayan niya, si Ladis yun.
Yan yung mga nakakapanghinayang na nangyayari.
Oo.
Santos.
Yung akala mo simple lang, no? Pero,
Tsaka wala naman tumama sa kanya halos eh.
right.
Oh, what a
wow.
move there. Dipsy too by John Fa.
Wow, how about that? You know, trying to be creative on that finish.
15 points in the game para kay John Fa. And Cebu throws it away. Certainly not the time for the Classic to relax here.
Right.
I cannot take this Batang Quiapo team lightly.
Paolo cannot believe na hindi nasalo yun. See this play right here.
Getting past two MPBL veterans, Manliguez and Paolo Hubalde. The athleticism and the spunk being showed by this kid, John Fa. Certainly incredible.
And you love that in a young player, you know. In the MPBL, you coming out of nowhere and doing that says a lot.
Pumasok na ulit si Jacob Bangkale para sa Cebu. Siya naman ang babantay dito si John Fa. Short on the floater. Almost got his own miss, but that sails out of bounds. He ran out of space there.
At that time, major shot selection has got to be, I guess, more conscious about it. He's got a lengthy player helping out on the corner. You know, might have been better if he drove middle.
Jacob Bangkale to the left side. This is a zone being played here by the Batang Quiapo. Bangkale for three off the front of the rim. The tap is off a Manila player. Cielo with the last touch on the rock. By the way, we'd like to greet a happy 77th birthday to Mrs. Norma Gamboa, the mom of Atelén Enriquez. Happy birthday as well to Zoe Torrevillas, daughter of Brian and Alyssa Torrevillas.
Yep. Happy birthday to the both of you. And more blessings to both Atelén and Brian, as well as Alisa and Brian.
There you see Coach Jun Da Jose, one of the assistants of Sir Walter Ora this season for the comebacking Cebu franchise. We'd also like to greet happy viewing to Ronalyn Bantolin watching from Alaminos, Pangasinan. Maraming salamat po. Elgin Andaya coming off the bench here in the third quarter and right away going to work. He gets a foul against the Cebu defense. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat po.
And so far, only 7 points here being scored by Manila. Double that, yun ang output production in the third nitong Cebu.
Andaya goes 0 out of 2 from the line.
Wow.
Hamon back to Bangkale. Martel sees Hompis inside, is stripped away. Cielo doesn't have the numbers. He pulls it back to Dandoy. Albo will take it. That's a three-pointer. Galing ka Richard Albo.
Straight on three. Pretty much the sweet spot of Richard Albo.
Sukat na talaga.
Oh.
But Cebu continues to lead by a large margin here. They turn the ball over again. Dandoy finishes there over Mark Meneses. That's a tough move in traffic against a lengthy defender.
Kailangan nila magkaroon ng sunod-sunod na ganito. Play defense, then try to force transition the other side.
Hamon sets for three. He took his time, but still misses. And the misses had last touch on it. Bumugtapos comes back into the game as we take a look at this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet. Cielo forward to Tandoy for that finish on the break.
Off-leg finish in transition. Finish there by Dandoy.
Andaya will not use his foot speed advantage against Hompist. Shot clock at 5. Cielo loses it. Tampos completes the steal. He hooks a pass to Bangkale. The bounce pass to Martel. Inabangan siya doon ng depensa. Still with Cebu here. Tampos throws it away.
Look at Tampos.
Cielo running. He will not force the issue. Dandoy leaves it for Albo. Albo can take it. No, he won't. Dandoy being patient here. Albo against Tampos. Back to Dandoy. Three-pointer. That one was long.
And those shots are the ones na talagang pinapayagan nitong Cebu na kuhain ng Manila yung 3-point shots. They feel, you know, they're trying to challenge yung percentage ng Manila from that department.
So far, the Batang Quiapo 5 out of 19 from distance tonight. Still staring at the 24-point lead. Ito Manila Batang Quiapo, they can probably have a 2-for-1 situation here if they manage the clock well. Cielo, early trigger, wala.
So they get their 2-for-1.
Bangkale sees Tampos cutting through the middle. No shot there. Canlas able to get it. We need someone to pass to. Andaya will go. Andaya goes early in the clock. Well, he already saw an opening and he decided to go for it.
Na-tempt. Ano, maklase yung lundag no, ni Boom Tampos kanina. You see it? Wow.
Parang may spring sa paa eh.
Oo. Yung parang tumingkad lang, tapos ang taas kagad ng lundag.
Kaya nga eh. Andaya at the free throw line. He was 0 out of 2 on his previous trip. Knocks down the first. Siguro ganun ka rin kataas tumalon dati na, coach.
Hindi yata. Hindi yata. Malabo yun.
Andaya converts on the second. The Classic will burn a timeout. 10.2 seconds. 61-39 ang ating score dito.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
The Manila Batang Quiapo have a tough schedule ahead, coach.
Oh, yeah.
Pampanga on April 3, Zamboanga on April 8, and then the Quezon Huskers on April 26.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But there are stretches that each team is gonna go through, you know, teams like those.
So the hardships will continue, but for Coach Maxi Dayandante, they will have to endure this. This is part of the process, ika nga.
Yes, agree.
And there's a foul given up.
So what's also interesting yung 5 teams natin na hindi pa naglalaro. Ano? Pasig, Davao, Parañaque, Muntinlupa, as well as Bacolod.
Yes, oh.
I did see a clip in social media, some of the teams that we mentioned. What intrigued me really is more Muntinlupa, I think. That's, you know, a curious team to look at.
And they have a pretty formidable squad. Binuo ni Boss Kaiser Galvez. Let's check out the highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration in the methodical playmaking of Paolo Hobalde really igniting a furious rally by the Cebu Classic in that third quarter. Despite these baskets by John Fa, this really helped keep Manila Batang Quiapo at bay. And that's why the Classic after 3 are up 61-39. Check out our fan of the game, brought to you by Suzuki. We're still live from the Paco Arena in Manila City, the venue for our Saturday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League's 7th season. It's day 19, and we're about to close another week sa pagsimula ng ating season.
We're approaching, what, 1 month, ano? Approaching our first month, right?
Yes.
Pero parang ang dami na nating nilaro.
Tsaka ang dami ng magandang games na nangyari, Coach.
That's right. The quality of the games, just napaka-interesado ka kung ikaw nga talaga yung nagsusubaybay dito sa mga team na ito.
At sabi mo nga kanina, may 5 teams pa na hindi pa naglalaro. So, aabangan pa natin yan. Fourth quarter now underway here between the Classic and the Manila Batang Quiapo. That's a 3. Now it's way short, but Tampus gets another offensive rebound. Jan Hamon, quick trigger. That one's long. Inigo goes up for it.
But if you're Cebu, you cannot relax. You understand what happened to you the last game. And so you cannot just keep on hoisting these threes. You do understand that you have advantage inside the paint. You gotta go to your advantage and exploit it.
Oh, but Dandoy certainly exploited a hole in the defense there. What a pretty finish on a tough drive. And they get the basketball back. 20 ang hinahabol nila dito.
Oh, medyo mababa na to, ha? 20 na lang.
At Inigo draws Martel on the switch. Decoy Lopez asking for it against Tampus. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lopez sees Andaya. Oh, he already had that shot in mind before even receiving the basketball. The lob, Martel! Eye in the sky from Jeco Bancale.
Oh my God. That leap. I felt his head hit the net of the ring. Klase yun, Liam Martel.
63-41. Andaya, the spin. Barges into the defense of Liam Martel. He had to kick it out at Inigo. Late into their shot clock again. They go back to Elgin Andaya in better position. No, Andaya couldn't get to the loose ball. Liam Martel gets it to the middle. Bancale being given problems by Dandoy. Abonete sets the roadblock. Bancale back to Habonete. Dandoy is on him. Jan Hamon. Back to Habonete. 3-pointer. Wala. The Classic get it back, and Hamon bails them out.
Boy, this is a good run here by Cebu.
65-41. Answering a strong start by the Manila Batang Quiapo here in the fourth quarter, trying to avert disaster.
Kumi-respond rin ang Cebu.
Shelo hops. That's a travel.
And, you know, violations like those, you can afford, especially if you trail huge with the clock not on your side.
Martel, Abonete, Tampus, Hamon, and Bancale. 5 on the floor for the Cebu Classic. Tampus on top. Oh, he shuffled his pivot foot. Tampus only with 2 points so far here, Coach. But he does have 5 rebounds, a lot of those coming from the offensive glass. Coach Mike Reyes, Son McCarthy, Sir Walter Ora on the bench there for the Cebu Classic. Talaga nga naman yung forma ni Rason McCarthy.
No?
Decoy Lopez.
Tingin ko may after game party. Ganun eh.
Well, they should win this game para makapag-enjoy sila.
Yeah, that's right.
Elgin Andaya. Off the glass and in.
Moves like those, that's definitely signature Algin Andaya.
6 points pa lamang para kay Algin Andaya dito. You remember in that game against Nueva Ecija, obviously that was a blowout loss para sa kanila, but he was making a lot of baskets against guys like Will McAloney in Rizal Memorial.
Yeah, he scored only 17 in the fourth quarter in that game. And so, you know, earlier on, medyo, decoy-decoy lang, but later on, talagang pumuntos na siya.
Tampos ahead of the pack. Makes it 69-43.
I definitely like how, you know, the athleticism of Boom Tampos. He's quick to his feet. Ganda lumundag. Tapang din.
That's a trademark of a lot of the Cebuano players.
Totoo. Agree.
Inigo misses from top of the key. Jacob Bancale goes into the lane, sets up Lian Martel. Outside shot, nope. Lopez with the board. Oh, Tampos. Nangingilam pa doon kay Decoy Lopez. Really also the peskiness nito ni Boom Boom Tampos. A trait na nagagamit na dito ng Cebu early in the season.
So that's something that, you know, kailangan mo talagang magamit rin sa laro.
You need players with that kind of energy, especially in a league like this. Kung saan ang dami talaga mga high-profile players. You know, a lot of talent here in the league. It has grown every year. Talagang parami ng parami ang top-tier talent na pumapasok dito sa liga ng bawat Pilipino. John Fa among those newcomers this season. Hamon on the left side. Abonete onto Jacob Bancale. Bancale for three, way off the mark. A save going to Manila.
Ooh.
John Fa trying to elude the defense. Tried to finish with the left hand. Changing hands in midair to no avail. The lob to Tampos. Binaba.
Yeah.
Inangat. And there's 2 points para kay Boom Boom Tampos.
There's just something about his swag, no? Hindi siya swag na arrogante, pero alam mo kumpiyansa eh.
At saka parang very relatable yung energy niya.
Oo, totoo. Agree. Iba eh.
Must be the hair.
Could be.
And the mustache, no? Bancale picks up his dribble. Tampos wants it at the middle. Offensive foul. John Fa forcing that offensive foul.
And he stuck that elbow right through John Fa.
Magandang naging matchup ni Bancale at ni Fa dito, coach.
Oo.
And John Fa has certainly held his own, not just against Jacob Bancale, but also against Daryl Manligas earlier.
He's not backing down from anyone. And you see, you know, really good set of young players playing in this game. Well, maybe in the future, no?
Yeah, you know, pretty soon we're gonna be having a change of guard slowly.
Right.
Obviously. Oh my goodness!
Oh God!
I could not even formulate in my head what I could have said on that shot. It all happened too quickly.
He's relatable pero ang hirap gawin. Grabe.
Parang modern day Cebuano hero. Ito si Boom Boom Tampos. I'm sure a lot of the young Cebuano players look up to him, especially now that he's here in the league.
Right.
Abonete sa naman. Could it hit Martinez, got stripped. Flores got fouled there. It's a 13th foul for the Classic.
Sure, about that leap.
Tatlong minuto na lang ang nalalabi dito. Earlier, we had the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards collecting their 5th straight victory during our first game. In Game 2, we had the Abra Weavers romp over the Jensen Warriors in dominant fashion. Really shut down the Jensen squad in that game.
Yeah, that one was pretty unexpected. We were looking forward to that. But again, Jason Brickman showing some minutes on the floor as a weaver, and I'm sure there'll be more. He kind of was adjustments on the physicality then of the game, and I guess yung chemistry then, knowing players and teammates.
He's only been with the squad a few days.
Oo.
I think last week lang ata siya dumating na sa Pilipinas.
At saka laro niya kasi point guard, and so he has to understand yung mga movements ng mga players, preferences, where to feed them and when to feed them.
At saka yung mga tendencies rin.
Oh, yeah.
Inigo, lumalaban pa rin dito. You love the fight being shown by the veteran. John Fa, side step, left hand. He's clipped on the arm. Martinez will be whistled for the foul.
And I mentioned nga ni Coach Christian in his last coverage that definitely the league is getting younger now. More new blood are being infused. So babalik ka dun sa kombinasyon ng veterano at mga batang manlalaro.
Especially in a long season, you need those young legs to aid you to get through the 29-game regular season that we have dito sa MPBL. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in this game. Also, one thing that he has to improve on is his free throw shooting.
Right. Well, he's still young. Ang dami pa niyang mapipick up na mga lessons. And so long as he listens to coaches, puts him in a good spot, an opportunity for him to grow, you gotta go and grab it.
Jameson Hero swings it to the right side. He tried to get it on the baseline, but that's going to be a turnover para sa Cebu. Cebu turning it over 18 times in this game. We now enter the final 2 minutes of this one. And by the looks of it, Cebu will be getting their second win of the season. After losing 3 straight, they got their first win of the season in their first game of the year. An upset against the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu at the Pasay Astrodome, but lost their next 3 games. This is certainly a good bounce-back victory para sa kanila to try and boost their confidence for their upcoming matches.
And I feel at the rate that they're going, they might have a good chance of at least making the play-ins. It depends how the other 5 teams that we haven't seen play yet will perform.
Yun yung isang bago sa ating tournament format this season. As Santos scores there. There's going to be a sub for Manila. Bautista comes in. 1 minute and 21 remaining. Now, one of the new things that we've introduced to our format this season is yung play-in tournament na sinasabi mo, Coach. So, teams at the 10th spot, all the way to the 10th spot, usually hanggang 8 lang ang papasok sa playoffs, but teams all the way to the 10th spot, so the 9 and 10th team will have a chance to still make it because of the play-in tournament that we will have before the actual playoffs start.
That's right. And so, the chance to be able to catch, one last effort to get into the playoffs, nandun pa.
Kaya naman you appreciate, teams like Manila, even if they are obviously not on the same level in terms of talent and names in their roster, yung laban nandun pa rin.
Yeah.
They continue to fight whatever happens. Dahil, who knows, maswertihin ka. Makakuha ka ng mga upsets and you get enough wins to be able to get you a chance to enter our postseason.
And if you want to look at that at the context from last season, if that setup format was there, then Pangasinan would have had a chance to still catch the diba? That would have been a different story altogether if you had Pangasinan. That would be, interesting to figure out how that playoff would go.
Caraballos knocks down the second. 22.6 seconds na lang dito. I'm sure Cebu will just dribble away the clock here. Manila Batang Quiapo will go down to 1-4. While the Cebu Classic rise up to 2-3 sa ating Southern Division team standings. Great win para sa kanila to boost their confidence. They will be facing Muntinlupa next on April 4 in the Cagers' debut of the season. Meron na rin silang Quezon City tsaka Abra.
Napakahalaga para sa kanila na kung ano mga natutunan nila dito, ay may apply lang nila kagad. No? You know, go get those experience and see how far it reaches you this season.
Paulo Hubalde, one of the guys who set the tone early para dito sa Cebu Classic. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the Aquaman. Sinabi nga ni Gianna kanina sa kanyang report earlier, no, he will do whatever it takes for him to be able to contribute to his squad. Hindi niya na iniintindi yung kanyang age. Walang-wala na sa kanya yan. Basta he stays in shape. And he doesn't have any expectations for himself but to do well on the floor.
Yeah, and clearly, you know, a lot is expected from him, especially to lead this team. And it's good to see Paolo again.
The Aquaman is at courtside with Ms. Gianna Leon.
Yes, our best player of the game is Paulo Hubalde. He had 10 points. Now, Paulo, sabi nga ng ating panel that it was evident that you guys were taking quality shots, hindi kayo basta-basta tumitira. Parte ba ito ng gusto nyong team identity of less dribble, more passing?
Yes, yun ang in-impose sa amin ni Coach. Kumbaga, if we can have quality shots, move the ball, and it will benefit us in the long run. Woo!
And Paulo, I spoke a little bit about it in my report, but this shows that you are still in condition after all these years here in the MPBL. Gaano ka kasaya na nasa condition ka pa rin?
Well, every opportunity is a blessing for me. No? I would like to thank the Lord for that. Kumbaga, binibigyan niya pa rin ako ng pagkakataon na malaro ko yung the game that I really love.
And I know that your team wants to celebrate kasi gustong-gusto niyo talaga bumawi from your last few games. Sino naman ang gusto niyong pasalamatan?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ko sa kay Lord, syempre, and ang fans namin.